Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the book of Leviticus. Today we are looking at the last section of Leviticus, chapters 26 and 27. These two chapters form a conclusion to the book. Now, chapter 26 is sort of a summary section. It sort of summarizes what we've seen throughout the book. Now, you remember that the whole of Leviticus is about God making a means that we might approach him and worship him and be in fellowship with him. God provides a way for us to be his people. And though we are approaching a holy God, he provides a means by which we can come and be in his presence. And so that is sort of summarized in chapter 26, the importance of that, and the consequences of following the ways of God or not following the ways of God. Let's read the first few verses of chapter 26. Do not make idols. Set up an image or a sacred stone for yourself. Do not place a carved stone in your land or bow down before it. I am the Lord your God. Observe my Sabbaths. Have reverence for my sanctuary. I am the Lord. You see what's been said here is a repeat of what we've seen all through the book. Only God is the Lord. I am the Lord your God. You shall not worship other gods. You shall not give your allegiance to any other. I have made you my people. I have given you my sanctuary that you might approach me and worship me. Therefore, be loyal only to me. Now, you see, the Israelites were the people of God. They had been redeemed and delivered by God, but it was their choice to remain loyal to God. And so he simply reminds them, do not worship other gods, do not worship idols, do not profane my sanctuary. Be loyal only to me. I alone am your God. I am the Lord. So the primary test of allegiance, of loyalty to God, is that we worship only him. Our heart does not turn to other gods or other causes or other allegiances. Only he is God. Only he is worshipped. And that is what the Israelites are reminded of in this section. Now, if you read the rest of the chapter, there are blessings promised if you're faithful to me. And there are consequences for being disobedient to me. God says the choice is yours. You know, Israel lives in free will. They can either choose to be loyal to God or to wander away. The choice is theirs. God never forces us. He always gives us the choice. But he says, if you'll be loyal to me, I will bless you. You will be prosperous in the land. My hand, my favor will be upon you. But if you disobey, if you turn to other gods, if you worship the gods of other peoples, if you make idols, there will be consequences. The land will be cursed, and you will pay the price. So God always tells us what the consequences will be. Blessings if we obey, curses if we disobey. But the choice is ours. But he implores us, remember that I am the Lord. I am the one who delivered you. Worship only me, and you will know the way of blessing in your life. So chapter 26 functions as a summary for the entire book. And then chapter 27 is also a concluding word to the book. It's about the maintenance of the sanctuary. God had given them the tabernacle and the means by which they could approach him and worship and be in fellowship with him. And chapter 27 deals with the financial support of the sanctuary or the tabernacle. There would be times when you would dedicate things to the Lord, land or property or animals, or even yourselves. And then you would make good on your commitment of things to the Lord by giving, by tithing. And there's certain regulations. For instance, if land was given to the Lord, but you wanted to keep the land, then you would give the value of that land for the sanctuary. Or you could even dedicate yourself to the Lord and the temple, but then a price was set by which you could redeem, and you would give a certain amount to the sanctuary. So basically, chapter 27 is covering the financial support of the sanctuary, that is the tabernacle, and the means by which it was supported and the worship of the Lord was maintained. And so we see in chapters 26 and 27 the conclusion of the book of Leviticus. I hope you've enjoyed this study. It's been fascinating to me to lead you through it. I hope it's been inspiring for you to see about the regulations of the book of Leviticus, how God made provision for the Israelites to come into his presence, to worship him, to fellowship with him. And how that also reminds us that he invites us always to be in fellowship with him, to worship him, and to adore him in our praise. I hope you'll join us for our next 5-minute Bible study. We will begin on the following Monday, which is January the 23rd. That will be when we begin our next 5-minute Bible study. And that study will go back to the New Testament, and we'll start a study of the book of 1 Corinthians. So I hope you will join us for that. That will begin on Monday, January the 23rd, a 5-minute Bible study in the book of 1 Corinthians. I hope to see you for that.